Good morning and welcome to Eduscope. My name remains Dr. Iroro Stephen Izu, and on today's edition, we are going to be looking at the paradox of citizens without patriots. The paradox of citizens, without patriots. Now, all across the world, if you look at the history of countries of the world, you discover that citizens are often, are the ones who determine the course of countries. They determine the progress or retrogression of countries. They determine the failure or success of countries. They determine the advancement, or backwardness of countries. They are the ones that determine whether a country is going to be reckoned with in the Committee of Nations or not. Americans built America. Britons built Britain. Germans built Germany. Italians built Italy. French men and women built France. The Chinese, built, China. It is Nigerians that are going to build Nigeria. No other person will come and build it for you. Yes, countries may give you palliative, give you, some support, some assistance, development, donations, support, packages, and so on and so forth. But no country will single-handedly build your country, for you. The Malaysians built Malaysia. The Singaporeans, built, Singapore. Now, Nigerians, must wake up to the clarion call, of patriotism, not just citizenship. It's not enough to have a bunch of citizens, millions, citizens, and so on and so forth. Nobody cares about whether you have 2 billion people or 1 million people. What is important is the commitment of your citizens, to national development, to national pride and honor. And this can only be done by citizens who are called, patriots. In my book, which I published in 2021, which I titled Patriots and Traitors, I distinguish between those who are patriots, and those who are traitors. It is not just citizens that build countries. It is the patriots that build countries. Nigerians must understand the fact that our leaders and our followers, come from the same class of people known as the citizens. Citizens. So if the culture, the habits, the attitude, the character of our citizens, have been so bad, then we cannot have better leaders or better followers than the kind of citizens that we have. The kind of citizens that we have will determine whether we're going to have good leaders or good followers in the country. So now, how many Nigerians, still remember our national anthem alone? How many of them can recite the national anthem alone? How many Nigerians can recite the national pledge, alone? How many Nigerian remembers the motto of Nigeria? I was having a workshop, with some senior executive, executives, in the federal government, parastatals and ministries, and the workshop was on something related to security, and development, national development. And I asked them before I began, my paper presentation. I asked them, how many of them can tell me the motto, of Nigeria? How many of them can tell me the motto of Nigeria? Because they are security operatives, senior security operatives, who are supposed to defend the country's integrity. How can you defend a country or protect a country, that you don't understand, know the motto? None of them in the entire hall, could tell me the motto, of Nigeria. These are senior executives, senior bureaucrats. Unity and faith, peace and progress. How many of you, can tell me the motto of Nigeria, can recite the pledge of Nigeria, national anthem? How many of you understand the significance of the green, white, green, on our flag, and the elements, on our coat of arms? How many of you still remember? Now, we must understand the fact that it is not citizens that build countries, it is patriots. So you ask yourself today, as a leader, are you a patriot? As a follower, are you a patriot? As a teacher, are you a patriot? As a medical doctor in Nigeria, are you patriotic? As a nurse, as a driver, As a waste collector, are you patriotic? What is your contribution to the progress of Nigeria? In your own little quarter, what is your contribution to the progress of Nigeria? Because we all must understand the fact that we have vicarious responsibility, you know, to the progress of the country. We cannot blame another person if we have not lived up to expectation or to the standard of our office or our small offices, you know, where we are occupying, that we are occupying. Now, so we must understand the fact that, citizens as patriots, we must uphold the tenet of patriotism. We must love our country. The country may not be the best, may not be what we expect it to be, but in our own little quarter, we must contribute to the progress of the country, to the stability of the country, to the peace of the country, to the security of the country. If you are doing anything that defrauds, that steals, that kills, that maims, any illegal conduct or immoral conduct that help to disgrace or dehumanize or insult the collective integrity of our country, you are not patriotic. And you do not have the moral justification or the local standing, to accuse those who are leaders, of misbehaving. The leaders, they have the right, and the responsibility to govern well. The followers also have the right and responsibility to follow well. Our citizenship must begin to be redefined and recultured towards having better human beings in our country. Everybody cannot run away from Nigeria. I am not saying that I'm stopping anybody from leaving this country. No. If you have left the country, continue to represent Nigeria very well as ambassadors of this country and send remittances from abroad to this country to develop this country. If you are in Nigeria and you want to leave this country, you are eager to leave this country, I will not stop you. However, make sure that when you leave this country, don't go and paint the image of this country in a bad light abroad. Do things that will show up, the image of this country. And when you have made it there, send remittances to this country to develop this country. If you are in Nigeria and you are not eager to leave this country, you say you want to develop Nigeria from within, kudos. Keep doing your best to ensure that this country emerges, as the Malaysia of Africa, as the Singapore of Africa, as the United Arab Emirates of Africa, as the Germany, of Africa, as the America, of Africa, as the Britain of Africa. We can have the best hospitals in this country. We have Nigerians who have made it big time abroad. We understand the challenges, the security challenges, the infrastructure challenges, of our country. But we must understand the fact that governments cannot do it alone. Countries can develop when citizens become patriotic and are ready to take the bull by the horn to help develop their societies through community efforts, through village, solidarity, movements. Energies can be pulled together through synergy, and that is what we should be talking about. As citizens of Nigeria, we can make this country a better country by being patriotic. Let us shun those who are traitors, who are trying to tear us apart and destroy our commonwealth, our collective heritage. And let us hope that one day this country, by our collective effort and collective determination and clear conscience, will become great and greater than other countries in the world. Now, this is the paradox of citizens, without patriots. Our second video on this series. Until our next video, I want to implore you to like this video, to share these videos, subscribe to the channel, encourage others to like the channel. And as we do that, our country will gradually become a better place. Thank you very much. I remain Dr. Iro Stephen Izu. I'm a university lecturer.